My name is Christiana Maxion, millionaire, billionaire matchmaker turned tech founder, and welcome to Dating in Dubai.
Meet Ciaran, founder of HUNDO, exploring whether Dubai is the city where his love story begins. Today, we're at Surf Club on West Beach, Mediterranean plates, sunset house music, and the only Dubai address where lunch genuinely turns into dinner.
Ciaran,
Christiana,
welcome to Dating in Dubai.
good to be here.
Ooh, that's
Nice though.
good. Okay, we're gonna get into it.
Let's go.
Describe your dating in Dubai life in one word,
One word.
if you can.
Wow. A bit meh.
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 Okay, you need to elaborate. What is meh?
Well, it's been a cocktail of everything, right?
Okay.
I've been here 8 years. Had a bit of everything. Some amazing dates, some amazing partners,
Yeah.
some terrible ones too.
Okay.
Terrible dates, terrible experiences. Because there's everything here, right? The city's got a bit of like every experience. So
True.
yeah.
Like for me, when I had first come to Dubai up from Abu Dhabi, I kind of like made it my mission. I said, okay, there's over 200 nationalities represented here.
Yeah.
I want to date the entire map. Because growing up in New York, right, people think, oh, it's so multicultural. Like, but in all honesty, everybody looks different, but for the most part, they're all American.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So similar backgrounds, especially if you start going like the same circles.
Yeah.
So I said to myself, when I come to Dubai, I want to date every country
But that's
on
the
the
thing,
map.
because I was similar. I had a similar strategy, and I was like,
Yeah.
you want to experience all of it and find what's right for you.
Exactly.
Problem being though is like different cultures have such different expectations and norms that you go on dates with, and when you go on the date, you can be a bit blown away or shocked
Yeah.
by what the expectations are, which can create some kind of not hostile, but like weird experiences on dates that you just
Well, awkward.
Yeah,
You're
awkward.
like, oh, I was here just to say, hey.
Yeah,
and they're like,
yeah.
okay, are you going to be my husband?
well,
Whoa.
yeah, exactly. It gets very serious very quick. Well, not serious enough. So
Yes, that too.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have more questions for you.
let's go.
Let's do it. So, you have lived in the UK,
Yeah.
Hong Kong, Dubai. What has what's different between those dating scenes?
They're all so different, right?
Okay.
UK is obviously home patch for me, and there's a way.
Where in the UK again?
So I'm from Somerset, but I lived in
Yeah.
Birmingham for university for 3 years. So I didn't do much dating in Somerset because I grew
Yeah.
up on a farm and I was in the middle of nowhere. And if you wanted to go on a date,
It had to be a sheep.
or a cow if you're lucky, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you had to go to the main town, and that was the whole process. And you'd often have to get a bus.
Oh man! And you're a teenager.
And you're a teenager.
Yeah.
So dates back then were terrifying because it was like, it was now if you book a date, you can like, people often just like swerve the date last minute or things like that.
Yes.
Back then you'd book it like a week in advance.
You have to go.
You're going, right?
Yes.
So you got a
Yeah.
whole week of like thinking about it, and you're going to a restaurant. You haven't got your swag yet, right? In terms of dating, you don't know like how to do the bit. Yeah, you're a kid. So it was fun, but I didn't do a lot of dating when I was that age, right? And then Birmingham, that was different. I was more in my party era then.
Okay.
I don't think I was really looking to date seriously at that stage. The occasional girl popped up that I went out on a nice date with, but generally it was like you'd meet girls in bars and you'd...
Yeah, or parties or something. Yeah, it's
exactly.
uni. Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're at uni. Hong Kong though, amazing. I love dating in Hong Kong.
Is it because you're the white prize?
No, because I was on exchange, right? So most of the girls I was dating were also exchange students from all around the world. So it's a bit similar to like Dubai in terms of you've got everyone there. But the thing I love about dating in Hong Kong is, and I say this about Dubai, is that you can pick a bar in like Soho or something in Hong Kong, and then you can have one drink there, and then you can just wander, walk through the winding streets, go to these little pop-ups.
That's like New York. That's the
Yeah.
best part about dating in New York.
It's so good, right?
Yeah.
Because you can be spontaneous. You can say, okay, this has been fun, or we're not liking it here. Let's go somewhere else. And you can walk. And I think that's when you have like the most authentic experience. Because when you're sat face to face like this on a date, it can be a bit intimidating. And
It
hard
can,
to
and
get
then
the flow.
it feels like performative
Yeah.
because it's like an interview.
Yeah.
You know, where like what I loved about dating in New York was that literally you can be like, hey, we're gonna go to the West Village.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a pizza here, a hot dog here. We're gonna go for a drink.
Do you hear how
here.
your accent saying hot dog?
Only when I say dog, chocolate, coffee, that's it. But that was the best part is
Yeah.
that not everything was so planned.
Exactly. Whereas when you date here,
Yes.
you're picking one spot
Mm-hmm.
and you're kind of fixed on it. You can hop to other places, but then you're getting in a taxi, it kills the vibe. You want to be out on the
Yes.
street walking,
Definitely.
moving around, and it's hot in summer.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about sweating or heat or like all of that, right? It's less fluid.
Definitely.
There's trying in Dubai though. There's like some new spots like 25 Jump Street where they have the open bar street where you can go around a bit. But
DIFC, you can kind of like walk between restaurants, but you
Yeah.
need a reservation.
exactly.
You can't just like rock up and be like, hey, can I do this? Especially if it's like a Friday night or a Saturday.
I went on a date to Sheikh Nona last year.
Yeah.
Beautiful dinner,
I like
good
that.
vibes. Start upstairs in the bar and then go downstairs for dinner. You got the nice view, doors are open. And then I'm like, okay, we'll move on because Sheikh Nona is nice, but big open space. You want
Yeah.
you want something a bit more intimate for the next part of the date. And then you're walking into the IFC,
Yeah.
go to 3 places and they say, no, we're closed or you can't come in or you need a reservation. Or you need a
Not you.
Yeah. I mean, how embarrassing on a first date. Like, you want it to be slick and smooth and you go in.
Yeah.
And when I was in Hong Kong, you'd often know the bar and you'd be like, hey, come and have a seat.
Yeah.
Can't do that here.
It's very hard to like, even if like places like this, right, in West Beach, you could go from place to place, but then it's like you're waiting at the line unless you know somebody, you already have a reservation.
Yeah.
And it's hard to then like book ahead in terms of a reservation because what if the date isn't going so well? And I don't know if I want to go on a second one with this person or a third one where like I feel like New York and Hong Kong allow for that way
They
more.
do, yeah. You keep the momentum moving through the date, which is fun. And you can cut it at any time you want. You're not like fixed to a schedule. And often in Dubai, these venues that you go to are so loud. So if you're going around DIFC, if you go to like Sexy Fish or...
You're just yelling at each other. Like,
Yeah, exactly. And you're often standing up because you go in and you can't get a seat and you're standing up by the bar and you're screaming.
and then she's in heels and you just
Yeah.
walk through, your makeup is falling apart.
It's not the one.
Well, the best thing about the new MATCHMAKER is that you can on the date say that if you're having a great time with this person and basically it gives you a recommendation of like the next place to go,
Oh, really?
it'll book it for you.
Smart.
Yes.
So it's all done for you.
Yes.
I
it'll
like
be
that. I
done
like
for you.
that.
But then you can also say, I'm not having a good time.
Or did
And
they get a notification?
No, it won't be.
Tapped out.
It won't be that direct.
Should use
but,
the missile alert sound when they tap out. Yeah, it's over. Go, go, go.
and then you gotta escape.
Yeah, you gotta run. You gotta run.
That's a good idea. I'll tell the tech
Yeah,
team.
have a word. Have a word.
So then with that, are you more of like an instant spark person, right away, like when you meet a girl, or is it you're more of a slow burn?
I've had a bit of both. I definitely in the past was more instant spark.
Yeah.
And I think the thing that I've always found with dating is that it's the energy more than the look, right?
Yeah.
Of someone. So when you meet someone, you can have an instant spark. You can just fall into a conversation. You're obviously attracted to them, and you get that like butterfly bun feeling. But then sometimes I've met people that I haven't been romantically interested in at first, but then that relationship's built up over time, and then you get to know them with more depth.
Yeah.
But I'm I can fall in love just walking down West Beach. I just look at someone and fall in love, but then you speak to them and it's all different. So
Yeah.
for sure.
So what I've learned, right, as a matchmaker too, is that men really fall in love through their eyes. Like you need to be attracted to a girl in order to say yes to a date.
For sure.
Physically first, right?
Yeah.
But then obviously there's so much more that goes into it beneath the surface where girls will tend to be like, he's okay. He's decent looking.
Yeah, yeah.
But like we fall in love more between our ears. Like,
sure.
Are you going to make us laugh? How are you making me feel right now? Like how deep is this conversation?
And it's good for guys to understand that, right? So I live at Upside, and I've got a big group of female friends there. And just hearing exactly what you're saying then about how they analyze pre-date.
Yes.
This girl last night, she was like, so yeah, he comes from a really good background. He's got a good job. He's the same nationality as me. Blah, blah, blah. Whereas the guy who's matched is probably like, oh, yeah, she's cute.
Yeah.
We're in a vibe. That's it. That's it.
We're definitely going to take this conversation like much deeper about the difference between men and women dating, because I feel like exactly what you said. Men get so many things wrong about what women are thinking, and women get so many things wrong about what men are thinking.
So why it's good to have a big sister as a guy.
Oh, totally. Are you ready for the next
Let's
course?
go. Let's go.
Let's do it. Okay, Ciaran. Well, welcome to the cabana.
Here we go.
With some
It's the hot
food in
seat,
your
yeah.
belly. It is.
Yeah.
Firstly, I need to know your most shocking dating in Dubai story.
Okay. Can it not be in Dubai?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, fine.
Shocking
Yeah.
dating story.
I've got some that aren't really okay to be on camera, so we'll
Okay.
skip past. We'll skip past them.
We'll do the G
There was one. All right. So when I was in Hong Kong,
Yeah.
I'd met this girl in Thailand. So it was the first few weeks we were all studying abroad. I went to Thailand and there was this beautiful girl, blonde girl, right? And I saw her in the queue to go on the boat. So I just went over and I just like said, hey, like you waiting for the boat and that. And it turned out she was also studying on exchange in Hong Kong. I was like, no way, it's written. It's meant to be.
Yeah.
And then later that night, I got to Bangkok and she was going back to Hong Kong. And she then saw me on like a dating app
Yeah.
at the time and screenshotted it to me. And she was like, oh my God, it's you. And I was like, hey.
Yeah.
And then we agreed to go out in Hong Kong. We went on quite a few dates. But on one of them, I was like 21 at the time. And I didn't really have a understanding of how much a Rolex cost.
Okay.
But when you live in Asia, there's a lot of fake goods around. You know? And we went to one of the markets and I got what was quite a good fake Rolex.
Okay.
I had no idea it was like a $40,000 watch. It was like a really good, I thought, a Rolex maybe it's $3,000 or $4,000.
Yeah.
So anyway, this Rolex, I'm wearing it on the date and it stopped working. And she was asking me about it.
Rollies don't TikTok.
No, they don't. Exactly. But it stopped working. And she's like, she was asking me about the watch. And I was like, yeah, my uncle bought it for me.
Oh my
Lovely.
God. You were bigging it up.
Yeah, I was buying into the story. Anyway, so we're walking to dinner. We're going to Jamie's Italian in Hong Kong. But then en route there, she's already clocked that the watch has stopped working. And she's like, oh, you need to take it to like a servicing thing, right?
Oh, no.
En route through Causeway Bay,
Rolex.
there's a Rolex shop. And she's like,
No.
oh, we've got 20 minutes to our reservation. Why don't you go in? And I was like, oh, no, because
Yeah.
the-
no, my uncle said I can only do it in Birmingham.
yeah, literally. No, I said, Jamie's Italian phoned me and they said, you have to be on time. If you're not
here,
on
we're
time,
losing the reza.
the reservation's gone. She was like, well, you can just drop it in. They'll fix it and you can come get it later or like next couple of days. I was like, well, no, I don't really trust them. She goes, it's a Rolex shop. And I was like, no, I want to keep it on me. I'm just weird like that. And she knew that I was chatting absolute breeze.
Okay, wait. But do you think she did that because she knew it was fake?
I think so. This girl came
Yeah.
from a lot of money in Canada.
Oh.
Not a lot of money, but she
Enough
knew her
money
way
to
around a
know.
watch. I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just a farm boy from Somerset. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That kind of set the tone for the day. We got through it.
Yeah.
It was never spoken about,
Yeah.
but yeah, I just wanted the ground to swallow me up in that moment.
Oh, I bet, right?
yeah,
Because
it's
you're like,
horrible.
man, I tried to do something to look so cool, and now I just look like the
I look
complete
like an idiot.
opposite.
Yeah. So
Oh God.
don't. Well, if you are gonna buy a fake watch, tell them it's a fake.
Yeah. Well, Thomas say, or don't walk by Rolex.
Yeah, plan your date route
Yeah.
away
Just
from
avoid
the
this
watch
way.
district. Yeah. So never again.
Never again. Oh, yeah, but
I've been
that's when you-
traumatized. I don't wear a watch now after that. That's it.
But so that was when you were 21. How old are you now?
I'm 31.
31.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it's still haunting you.
Oh,
10 years
absolutely. Yeah,
later?
you don't forget something like that. Especially when you like the person, you just filled with embarrassment.
Wait, did you go on a second date?
Yeah, we went on quite a few dates. I don't think she cared as much as I cared. Do you know what I mean? When you're like trying to be boy about town, you're in a new city, you kind of like the person.
Mm-hmm.
Not the one.
I love it. And she never brought it up ever.
No.
Okay. So she knew.
But that's worse almost when they're thinking about it and you're not even speaking about it. It'd be fine if it's brought up and then you laugh about it. And
Yeah. Trying to be cool. Like,
it was never brought up. And then they just take notes, right? They're like, oh yeah, he wears a fake watch.
wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong.
So
So I know the story of why you're a vegetarian.
Yeah.
Has this, I guess, hindered you or has any kind of like stop to your dating or how does that affect you dating?
I think it's not really ended me that much, but I
Okay.
definitely think there's girls that then become unavailable to you because of it.
Do you put on your dating app profile, I'm vegetarian?
Yeah, I'm proud of it. So I don't shy away from it. It's a big part of who I am. Like, I'm a massive animal lover. I grew up on a farm. I love that kind of side to my thinking, right?
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed of it. But there are certain girls who see vegetarianism or veganism as quite emasculating.
Yes.
And especially certain cultures. We're talking Eastern Europe, South America, like Argentina, they love their meat.
Yeah.
And I love Argentinian girls, so it's a bit of a shame.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't think it's a big turn on for girls that you don't eat meat. But then some cultures, like Western Europe, it's quite normal.
Yeah.
People don't care. A lot of people are eating less meat now.
South Asian as well. There's
Yeah,
cultures that are
exactly.
vegetarian.
I'm always saying Southeast Asian, which is complete opposite. They think that chicken's vegetarian.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
So yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in terms of like dating apps, right?
Yeah.
In general, do you think that they've made dating better or worse from your personal experience? I mean, like, you've never dated without dating apps because you're 31, so you've only had dating apps.
Well, I was quite like against them for a long time. So I didn't want to go on the dating apps. I remember when Tinder first came and I was like, no, I'm not getting involved in it. And then when I got to uni, all of my flatmates were just sitting there swiping all day.
Yeah.
And you spend more time like on Tinder than you would on a date.
Yeah.
But what I found was that I was speaking about this to you earlier, that I think energy is the most important thing. There's so many girls that you can be physically attracted to that on paper makes sense. You look at the CV and you're like, that will click. And then you meet them and it doesn't work at all. And there's one case of a girl that I was speaking to for so long and we couldn't meet up because she was traveling and then I was traveling. And then we spoke for like a month on an app. And then when
the build up to it.
And then you have a perception in your head of what it's going to be and then it doesn't match.
Yeah.
And that's really hard. But in the same way that I'm quite a confident guy, I can walk into a bar. I'm always happy to approach people. I have no issue with it.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's where you can really understand someone when you like meet them face to face and you have a click and you can feel the energy. So that's the important thing for me.
I mean, I can only imagine, right, that you do pretty well on a dating app. You're a tall guy because, you know, the first thing that women filter is height,
really?
Right? So I'm sure you do pretty well on the dating apps. But I mean, I completely 100% agree with you, which is why on the new Maxion, it's meet first, match later. You actually don't see profiles.
Yeah.
You see people, right? But you only see opportunities to meet. Then you can look into the profile. And it's all meet first, match later.
I like that.
Stop with the build-up of like finding a perfect person on paper. Go to Al-Sarkal, go to Jumeirah for a walk, go to a dinner, lunch, whatever you like. And because you can build up somebody so high in your head and then be let down.
Or the opposite, in that you discard people
100%.
that would be perfect. If you met them somewhere, it would click straight away, but you're never going to know that. And you can't go on like 5 dates a week to make sure that you meet everyone, right?
Yeah.
I mean, some guys do. But
Yes, those are our super users.
Yeah. But like, I think, dating apps, I mean, I'm lucky, right? I'm 6'4".
Yeah.
Got some things going for me, so it does make it easier.
Yeah.
But
better or worse, do you think then?
What's that? Like,
dating apps, have they made it better or worse?
The partners that I've had that are serious have not come from a dating app.
Ooh, that's
It's
interesting.
quite rare for me to have a second date from a dating app. I've had a couple.
Okay.
More often than not, it's someone that I've met.
Met in person first. Yeah. Then you just get on with them.
Yeah.
I love it. And going back to dating in Dubai, what do you find like the most difficult part of about dating here, and maybe something that's really easy about dating here?
I'll start with the easy. I think there's just so many people.
Yeah.
So like I grew up in a very small town, and when I go back, I see guys that were in the year above me and girls who are in the year below now married and happily married and they've got kids and they've got a lovely life, right? But you had a very small pool of people that were options, right? Which can work really nicely, actually. And you see so many like lovely couples in my hometown.
Yeah.
When you're in Dubai, and this is a double-edged sword, is that there's so much choice. There's people from every nationality or every country, all the personality types, all the job types. And because I think you can be spoilt with choice. Like if you go on Netflix, in the past, you'd watch a movie, right? You'd go on TV and there'd be one film on, it'd be halfway through and you'd be like, I like that film, and you'd watch it to the end.
Yeah.
Now you sit on Netflix and you've got 5,000 films and series.
More than that.
So I think it's a bit like that in Dubai, that there's so much choice that people, and that's why people often talk negatively about dating here, because it can be quite transient. People are always looking for something better.
Bigger, better thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like you said, it's a double-edged sword, right? I like to say that Dubai is a buffet of beautiful people.
For sure.
So then if you're that person who's always like, ooh, shiny object, and like looking for that, it could be heaven for you. But if you actually want a long-term relationship and be committed to a partner, Yeah, I mean, it's like you said, double-edged sword, right? It could be good, it could be bad.
Because if you get in the habit of doing that and changing partners regularly, when it gets to the point at which you're looking to have a long-term relationship, you can't just expect that to click because you've not gone through that process.
Yeah.
And you don't accept flaws in the same way. Like a big part of a relationship is flaws. Yeah. And you have to like love them for the pros and cons.
Thing, the whole of who they are.
But this whole like ick culture now, which I hate.
I despise it so much.
You see people like, okay, it was all going well. We went for dinner, blah, blah, blah. Like he was a really nice guy, but he had green shoelaces. So I finished it. I'm like, come on. It's not an important enough factor.
What I find in matchmaking is that if you're a person that is looking for like the ick or something that's going to turn you off, you're not ready for a real relationship at all. And if you start getting into that habit, exactly what you were saying, and then one day you just think, oh, I'm just going to click out of it, it's not going
to happen.
No, it's not. And I love what you're talking about with building a real relationship. You have to accept the person wholly for who they are. Where what I see a lot of people do and nowadays dating, they're seeking perfection. Yeah. And they want you to come as a full package, right?
Ready.
Yeah, ready. Where like humans don't work that way.
That's what it's like in the city because whatever you want is a click of the button and it arrives. You know, food, entertainment, travel, it's so convenient. Yeah. You can't apply that to relationships. No. You can't just be like, oh, I just want a pre-made perfect partner that it's going to be amazing with because it's not realistic. But our brains are now conditioned for that.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we can change that.
Let's see.
Let's do it.
Let's see.
Mr. McDiamond.
Miss Maxion.
Do you date a lot?
I go through phases. So there was a time when I was dating quite regularly. Past year, I haven't dated so much. I had a couple of like semi-serious things, but yeah, I'm not a serial dater at the moment.
Okay. Have you been in many long-term relationships?
One serious one.
Okay. How long was that one?
That was 2/4 years.
Wow, that's a long relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. And that wasn't here in Dubai?
It was here, yeah.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Okay, so then your, I guess, time dating in Dubai is cut in half.
Yeah.
With that person
for around 4 years of the 8.
Okay.
One person.
Yeah. Are you a relationship guy or?
I don't think my friends would say I am. Okay. Yeah. Like I had one friend who's getting married in a couple of weeks, and he said, "Why are you on the dating apps? You don't want a relationship." Oh. And I was like, "Damn."
Yeah. You're like, do I come off then?
Yeah. I think I definitely had a bit more of that reputation a few years ago. I think it's like simmered down a little bit now. Yeah. I don't think anyone would be surprised if I got in a relationship now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, obviously, you're a founder of HUNDO. And I mean, I myself know as a founder, it can be a lonely road.
For sure.
And a lot of people see like the outcome, right? Yeah. They don't necessarily understand the journey of the personality, all of the sacrifices that you make in order to, the goal that you're trying to achieve. Yeah. Do you think it's been harder being a founder and dating versus, because you used to work in
corporate.
Yeah. So what was the difference? Yeah.
Well, when you're dating in corporate, you got a steady salary every month. You've got set evenings and weekends. You don't really take work home with you as much. So it's structured in a nice way. But when you're a founder, it's, as you know, it's a 7-day-a-week job.
I say 8 days a week, 25 hours. Yeah.
And that's one challenge, right? Just prioritizing time, because you can meet someone that you think's nice, but you just don't have the bandwidth, to use a very corporate phrase, to like engage into a relationship. And you might need to work until 2 a.m. and they want attention, which is completely natural when you're in the early stages of talking to someone, but you just haven't got the mental capacity for it. So that's a problem. And then another issue with being a founder is, I mean, obviously when you're in corporate, you've got the steady income. When you're a founder, you go through peaks and troughs, especially when you're fundraising, where there's been times over the last 12 months where I've had no money, like zero money.
Do you want to get into what happened?
We can go into it. So like if we roll the clock back 6 weeks, my DWA was off. Yeah. I had no electricity in my apartment or air conditioning. It got that bad, right? I couldn't pay my DWA. We were in a real pickle.
Yeah.
And
but with the business, right?
with the
In
business.
between some things.
Yeah, we were in between funding. Like the war didn't help that. It slowed things down. And thankfully, like we've pulled out of that and feel a lot more steady again.
Yeah.
But how can you bring a girl back if you haven't got a fridge working? Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, let's have a drink. Yeah, but it's going to be room temperature. And room temperature without aircon is warm.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
my
a lukewarm
God.
glass of white wine. That's not happening. So you have to shut yourself off from it.
Yeah.
And you feel embarrassed about it. I don't think you should. And I think I'd tell, like, when I'm more developed as a founder, I'd tell people, don't be embarrassed about it, embrace it. But in a city where there's so much wealth and competition as a guy, when you haven't got any money, it's challenging. So yeah, it's been a journey.
Well, you know what's interesting? So with my first business, right?
Yeah.
Matchmaker, millionaires, billionaires in the world. I have a lot of girls who are like, they desire to be with a partner like that, right? Who's already made their success. I actually encourage, it's not the opposite, but I encourage them, like, or tell them the truth that these men have already created their own success without you.
Yeah.
You become more replaceable
For sure.
when you weren't there from the beginning. And you weren't their support system. Where you could do one thing, two things wrong, and they're like, I built this without you. I don't need you.
Yeah, for sure. I think, like, there's a lot of girls who I've found to be, they find the journey quite attractive. So even when you have nothing, you're building, money's tight. A lot of girls, and credit to them, buy into that and they want to be part of it and they want to support, and they buy into you in the same way that an investor might buy into you and say, I see where you're going. I love your energy. I love what you're about. Let's do it. They've got an income themselves. Like they don't need your money to live, but they like the journey. And there are a lot of girls like that. I know that there's a reputation in this city that there's a lot of gold diggers. I've got no gold to dig anyway, so that's fine, right?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can dig anywhere. You're not going to find it. But, like, you're completely right. When a guy gets to the point when he's built the business, he's successful, you might not be an option to him then. That ship might have sailed.
Yeah.
But that's a personality type of a certain type of girl, right? Some will be ride or die, and some will just want the finished product. But I'd always go for the ride or die, and that's why a lot of super wealthy people hide their wealth initially. They might have a beautiful sports car, but they'll pick you up in a Nissan Sunny. See what the girl thinks. You know what I mean?
Sunny.
You should. Yeah.
Love it. What's quite interesting is I recently saw on Instagram, right? I was scrolling and it was this guy founder, and he was like, when you're, when you're pre-seed, pre-revenue, but you're dating a baddie and she wants to go to a 5-star resort and he's there like sweating his balls off. Like, oh my God. It's like, how am I going to afford this?
You're in trouble.
You are in trouble.
Yeah.
But then I also saw something on socials where a woman was with her husband, obviously from the start, grinding it out from him. And like he only recently exited over $100 million exit. But she was with him from the very beginning. And what she talks about is, hey, those days were not glamorous.
No, not
like she was like, I was the one carrying it.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
now I live this glamorous life because I believed in my husband. I was his support system. I didn't kick him when he was down. I wasn't telling him you're not good enough. So like instead I was the opposite, and look at where we are now.
Because you go out into the world as a founder and you're going to get kicked every day. Be it investors, customers, right? It's a brutal process. And you from your partner at that time, you need someone to come home and be like your safe space, someone who doesn't like, as
doesn't
you say,
kick you
doesn't kick you. And and if you come home from stress to more stress, it's never going to work. You need someone who can absorb it and make you feel good. And then when the morning comes, they get you back out on the street, go again. And it takes that.
It's a special person.
It is. And they're rare, but they have to buy into you, you know? And
they do. And what I've also noticed about myself and my patterns in dating is that when I dated somebody who was more of a 9-to-5 person, they never really understood like the working 25 hours, 8 days a week. And it's hard for them. They're like, just shut off. Come on, it's nighttime. I'm like, this is when I grind the most. It's like from now until this time. And you need somebody who maybe not understands it. Maybe they don't have personal experience, but they're like, okay, and they're supportive of it.
They have to be.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'd want another partner who's a founder.
That's interesting too.
Because that could be volcanic.
Oof.
You know what I mean? Like you're both going through it and you come home and you don't even have time for each other. You could be like two ships passing in the night. Do you know what I mean? That's problematic. I think what you want is someone who has a stable job,
Yeah.
But not necessarily on like 9 to 5 hours as well.
Yeah.
I think one of the cool things about like dating cabin crew here is that they have different schedules. And when you're a founder, you have different schedules. So they might have Tuesday off and you might be lighter on a Tuesday.
You can like maneuver your schedule to like fit
Exactly. And often you'll work from home as a founder, so you can be there when they're back and vice versa. So yeah, it's an interesting dynamic.
We'll find you cabin crew in Maxion. I love it. And I mean, we were talking about this off camera, right?
Yeah.
There's such differences between men and women.
Yeah.
But what do you think women get fundamentally wrong about men and dating?
Well, I see both sides of it, right? So as I was saying earlier, I got a big female friendship group.
Yeah.
And I see what girls go through when they're expecting guys to text back. And I see what guys go through when they're expecting girls to go text back. I think often girls can misinterpret interest because, and I think there's definitely a thing of guys will date and they have an objective in mind. And then once they've got that, and we know what we're talking about here, then they lose interest. And it's the complete opposite for a girl, where they will play hard to get throughout that process. And then once they've crossed that line, then there's an expectation
They expect that it'll go to the next level in terms of relationship.
And I've seen so many clash at that point when the guy's got what he's wanted, and it's not fair on the girl. But then it falls apart. And
you know what's interesting? I've had this conversation before.
Yeah.
Where it might not really matter. If a guy has real intention with you, it doesn't matter if it happens on the first date or the 100th date. They're going to continue or not.
100's a lot.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree.
First or the 8th, like it's going to happen or it's not, meaning that relationship.
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes it happens really quickly and there's no issue with that. I have no problem with that. If there's a spark and it feels right and you feel comfortable with each other, go ahead. I do personally prefer it when it doesn't happen straight away.
Yeah.
I'd rather like get to know them, go on a number of dates, be in different scenarios.
And don't let that cloud your judgment.
Yeah. Like one of my favorite dates to go on is going to IKEA. This is like a 3rd or 4th day thing. I heard this on Virgin Radio. Chris Fade was talking about it. He said,
love him.
When you go on like a fancy date to a really nice restaurant, that's an unusual scenario for you. You don't eat there every night.
Yeah.
You're out of your normal day-to-day life.
Yeah.
Go into IKEA, walking around, seeing what they're like on like a normal day.
Yep.
What's their taste like? How do they interact with customer service teams? What do they order from the IKEA buffet?
Meatballs only.
Yeah, of course, right? But then you see what they're like in real life. Because if we just do things that are artificial, you don't know them.
This I love. So what I've also seen in the States happen a lot is that people will do a date, like book it as an errand. Hey, I need to go grocery shopping.
Love it.
I need to get my laundry done, because then it's also like you're getting something done that you need to get done. If the date goes great. If it doesn't, you already got done.
Yeah.
What you needed to get
and it
done.
doesn't have to be called a date, right?
This is why I'm matching. We just say meet first, match later.
Yeah, for sure. Because if you're saying, all right, this is a date, there's pressure, there's build up, there's anxiety and all that, right?
Yeah.
But you it's an unspoken rule. If you're hanging out with someone of the opposite gender and you're doing something that you plan, there might be something going on there. And then you can just keep adding to it. You don't need to be like, this is a date.
No.
Are we going to go on a second date? Just don't, you don't need to label it like that.
Literally. So on the new Maxion, that's exactly what we do. We're like, meet first, worry about matching later.
Yes, that's out.
Right? And then even after, like you meet somebody for a gallery walk, a beach walk, or a coffee dinner, whatever you prefer. Then we ask, hey, do you want to see them again? Period. That's the only question. Yeah. And then if it's yes, your profiles get linked and you get to keep seeing that person. Nice. You could unlink it too when you don't want to see them anymore. But yeah, it just makes it, because the word dating has become such a daunting word.
Yeah.
And it puts so much pressure. Just meet somebody. And the more people you meet, then the more you're going to start understanding yourself.
It can go the other way though, right?
Go.
You know, when people are saying, you know, the age-old question, what are we?
Yeah.
And if you're just hanging out with someone for 2 months and you haven't called it a date and you're sleeping with each other and all that, if you haven't put any kind of title on it, then that does leave them in a vulnerable position as well. And it can be unfair.
Open communication and just talk about it.
Yeah, just talk about it. Where are we at?
Yeah, where are we at? What are we doing here?
And that's fine.
What's your goal with me?
Yeah.
What's your goal with me? Like, that's it.
Completely.
I love it. And then what is something that you used to look for in a partner that you no longer care about?
I think more broadly than just a specific thing. I think looking for you know when people say, what's your type?
Yeah.
And then you say, this is my type. I like this, this,
Yeah,
this.
dark hair, dark eyes.
I think I used to have more of a preconception on that and say, I like this personality type. I like them to be interested in this, maybe their job, they're sporty. I've kind of discarded that now. And I'm just open to click with someone.
I love that.
Yeah.
It gives you more options.
Yeah, for sure. Like, because otherwise you'll discard people that could be great potential partners for you without even getting to know them. So just speak to people.
The people who find the most success are the ones who say yes more, right? Or even just like go on more meetings.
Yeah.
So obviously you and I are both founders. We've gone through fundraising together, right?
Yeah.
Fundraising is very similar to dating,
for sure.
In the sense that you can't have just one meeting. No. You need to have multiple because you're going to get no's. And that is life. You're going to have to go through rejection. Yeah, right? Yeah. But a lot of people, what I see in 2026 dating is they're waiting for the perfect person on paper. Yeah. They're going on one date expecting it to be, oh my God, this is going to be my wife, this is going to be my husband. And they get severely let down. Yeah. Where instead, I don't want to say spray and pray. That's a terrible, terrible concept. But what I mean is like meeting more people gives you more probability of finding someone who could be a good partner for you. Sure.
I think there's so many similarities between raising capital and dating. You do have to, I think the age-old saying of like, it always happens when you're not looking.
Yeah.
And there's been times of raising capital when I'm just in a conversation with someone that don't see them as
you're
an
not
investor.
pitching them. Yeah,
not pitching them. They just get to know you and they vibe you and they're like, okay, what are you building? Oh, that's interesting. Let's have a chat. Yeah. Same as dating, right? If you dress it up, it's this really important date, then often it doesn't work.
I feel like it's the energy, right? That desperation energy. When an investor knows you need money, they don't give it to you. Yeah. When they know you don't need money, they're like, hey, tell me more.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, money follows money in that sense, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the final course?
Hit me.
Let's do it. You've made it to the last course.
Thank the Lord.
Thank it.
The viewers don't know how hot it is right now.
Oh, we were just saying this off camera. We were like,
it's 1 p.m. in May in Dubai. The long winter is over.
Long winter's over, but I mean, we survived. There's only a few more questions, I promise, and I'll let you eat and then dip in the pool. Okay. I need your best dating story. I need it.
Okay. So it involves this bracelet, actually. I was in Athens for the weekend. Okay. It was when we were setting up the business and I had to do a visa run because I didn't have like my new company visa set up and all of that, right? So I did. And it was back when Wizz Air were flying out of Abu Dhabi. You could get a flight for like 150 dirhams to Athens return instead of going to Oman. I was like, yeah, let's do that. So I went to Athens and I booked into like a hostel where you get a private room, so which is nice, right? You get to be the bougie guy of the hostel. I know. So the first night I met a load of like British guys and South American guys. We had a great night out. It was really fun. You know what Athens is like in the city, so it's a great night out. And just like Hong Kong, you can wander around and go from bar to bar. Can't beat it.
Gritty with the graffiti everywhere. Nobody's dressed up.
Exactly. Yeah. I love it. Like proper dirty sneakers going around and good vibes. So then the next day I woke up and the South American lads were going to the gym. And I'm not doing that. Come on, lads, I'm on holiday. Like, I'm not. They were like, no, it's okay. We take a train for 30 minutes. It's a good gym. No.
A 30-minute train?
Yeah, it's not happening, lads. I'm sorry. No. And then the Brits were leaving because they were in town for a Chelsea game. They were flying off. So there was a bar on the top of the hostel, like a rooftop bar. Mm-hmm. So I was like, all right, I'll have a butcher's up there, go see what's going on. And I went up to the top. The bar was closed, but there's one blonde girl sat there reading a book.
Oh, you like blondes?
I like this girl. Yeah. And I looked around and I was like, well, what do you know? Yeah. But I didn't know what to say to her. She was deep in a book. And
that's a good conversation starter, though.
What, you reading?
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Wow.
That would make more sense. I said, when's the bar open?
Of course he's like
yeah. And she's a vibe. She's a Canadian girl. It's really nice. We start chatting. And she goes to me, she was like, do you want to go get a beer? And my voice went, I was like, yeah. I was like, oh, let's not do that. Yeah. Love to get a beer. So we go out, we go have a couple of drinks in the town square, it's a nice vibe. And then it's getting cold. I didn't pack for cold. I thought Greece was hot. It wasn't hot. Yeah. So we're going back. We buy this stupid, like, cappuccino colored like puffer jacket. It's the most disgusting coat you've ever seen, but it was hilarious, right? Yeah. And then we went for dinner, nice Italian place, wandered around the city, went to a couple of bars. Then she lives in South America, so she knows salsa. So we went to like this Cuban bar, we were dancing.
Wow.
Like we went to probably like 8 different places throughout the night. It was perfect, just wandering around, getting lost in the city. And then eventually headed back to the hostel together. And we're still in touch today. She lives in El Salvador, so it's not
it's not feasible in this moment.
It's not feasible right now. But it was lovely. It was just, that's my perfect first day because one, there's no planning. I turned up in a bright fluorescent pink Nike t-shirt, like gym shirt. You know what I mean? No prep, no hair. And we just wandered around and we were vibing all evening, like going from place to place. That's fantastic.
You actually, so I was thinking about this like on Maxion and stuff. One of the dates is going to Ulster Call. And then it's just like, hey, you meet at this meeting point and then you guys get to choose where to go. Unless if the date keeps going well, you can walk into a gallery, you can walk into the perfume thing. You can
stroke the cat.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing about us.
You can go to a crank class.
You can. If you're in the mood, you go see DJ Daryl, you know?
Love him.
Jump on the bike.
You know, he DJ'd at the Maxion launch party.
I remember I got him to play Wild Out, It's a good guy.
How do I? That would be a good day for you. Because it could be more spontaneous.
Yeah, it's fun. It's contained. You can go around. There's lots of nice little artsy places, good food, good people.
Great food.
I've done it. Yeah, I've done a couple of days at House of Cow.
Oh,
yeah.
Perfect.
I took this girl there. Really nice. We wandered around. We got a pizza. It was casual. And then we got ice cream back at mine.
Okay, but nice. This was when you had electricity, right? So the ice cream wasn't melted.
Yeah, well, I had power, so that was a bit of a flex. But I didn't want it to be like too blown away by it. But like the lights were going on.
Oh wow!
Put the ice cream in the freezer after, kept it there. Yeah, it was.
Love it.
How times have changed.
No, you're on the up now.
We're on the up. We're on the up.
So what are you looking for now? I know that you have like all of this great positive news in your business. Does that mean that you go, okay, relationship mode on, or you're like, no, lock-in mode on?
I think it becomes an option again to go on dates.
Okay, yeah.
So there was times last year where I met a few people and I was like, oh, that would be cool, but I don't have the time or the money to invest into that. Whereas now, like as I said before, I'm quite open to letting it just arrive and happen naturally rather than going out and seeking it. But yeah, like if the right person comes along, which they will at some point, then it's nice to sort of be in a position where you feel ready for it. And you've got your life together a lot more. So look forward to it.
Yeah, we're wishing it for you. And then when you do meet a person, right, what are the things that get you excited to see them again? Like what are like your cheat codes? Like you're like, oof, this is what makes me really excited to meet somebody or even start a relationship with them.
So for me, like conversation is massive. And I like someone who's got depth of character, who's quite intelligent.
Yeah.
Also, I need someone who's very like nice to people. Not like overly nice, but the way they treat like service staff in a restaurant is a big one for me. The way they speak to the taxi driver.
Yeah.
The way that they talk about their roommate. If they come to a date and they've got nothing but bad things to say about their colleagues or their roommates, I don't want to hear that, especially on a first date. Like, okay, maybe don't have a great roommate, but like...
Yeah, but then go on and on and on, and it's just negative Nancy.
Yeah, cause I can't imagine going on a date and talking to a girl and be like, I hate my roommate, he's such a... Whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I want a nice positive energy. I want her to be confident.
Positive energy is so important, because especially what you and I were speaking about before, when you're building something, and you've had a real crap day and maybe not everything went right? Then you want to come home to be like, this is what, it's gonna be all right.
Yeah. Don't worry, we go again tomorrow.
And you can totally see like somebody's energy on a date, and are they somebody who sees the glass half full or half empty? And when you're building something, you cannot be with somebody half empty, because you know what's going to start happening? That self-doubt, that negativity will start creeping into you, and that is not what you need when you're building a business.
Because a big thing with me, if you go on a date with me or you hang out with me, you know that I'm a bit of a chancer, right? So if, say we're at a music festival and I see a backstage entrance and it's unguarded, I'm going in it, right?
Yeah.
If we're at IKEA and there's a bike on the wall, I might jump on it and ride it around for a little minute. Do you know what I mean? That's me. Or if we're on a plane, I might try and sneak into the business class lounge.
Yeah.
And that's a very optimistic outlook.
Yeah.
As in, like, this will work. What's the worst that can happen if it doesn't, right?
What's the worst?
And that's a very founder way of thinking. Well, let's try it out. But if someone's like, oh no, you're embarrassing me, I can't do this, I can't do that, like, it's not going to work. And that's fine. Like, it's different people for different people. But for me, I need someone who doesn't mind like going along with the ride a bit.
But then also being a little silly.
Yeah, I love being silly. Like, I'm
silly is the best part
never
about
grow up.
find your partner,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And also like when we are in like those really, I guess, intense or very serious moments, like as a founder, to come home and then just completely let your guard down and be so silly and wholly yourself is like what is the best part about life.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's you go out into the world every day and you've got to be serious. As founders, we get to do that a lot less, which is nice, right?
Yeah, because we're not like corporate, like
yeah, we don't have someone telling us how to be.
No,
we get to be ourselves and build in our own
a lot more
in our own world. But like, say you're going out and you're meeting people all day and you have to have a certain persona, and when you come home, you just want to be yourself. You want to relax. You want to be silly, and if you can't engage and have fun with someone in the evening and just joke about stupid things,
no added value. Like, it brings you down.
Yeah, it's not the one.
Yeah. Well, Ciaran, I want to thank you for the conversation. You've heard the conversation. Now it's time for you to take action. If you're done with swiping and want to get on a real date, download MATCHMAKER on the App Store and apply for membership now.